Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for attending this session. My name is Claire, and I'm a regional officer and professional lead in the education department with a focus on RCN Learn. Just like to introduce my colleague Caroline Chalkley.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Caroline Chalkley. I'm the product manager here at the Royal College of Nursing for Education, Learning and Development, and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to speak to you all this evening. Thank you very much for joining.
And we also have Caroline Stephen here this evening. Would you like to introduce yourself, Caroline?
Yes, thank you. Hi, I'm Caroline Stephen. I am professional lead for education alongside Claire, and I'm here to manage the Q&A this evening. Thanks.
Thank you, Caroline. And Caroline, we'll just move on, and can we take a moment just to ask you to read through and remind you of the RCN Respect Charter. So Caroline Chalkley and myself will be facilitating tonight's session and talking to you, and Caroline Stephen will be monitoring the chat and the Q&A sections. I'm unsure how many questions we will be getting, but we'll get through as many questions as we can, and there will be time at the end of the presentation for you to have the opportunity to ask some further questions. We'll just read through and tell you about the session objectives. We hope by the end of today that you will have more awareness of RCN Learn and feel confident accessing the resources. We hope you'll have more awareness of the RCNI portfolio, which Caroline will be talking you through and demonstrating later on this evening. And you'll also know how to contact the RCN Learn team as well. A little bit more about RCN Learn. RCN Learn, thank you, John, is available 24 hours a day. You can access it 365 days a year, and you can access RCN Learn on many devices, such as your PC, laptop, iPad, as well as your mobile phone. A little bit of information, between June and August this year, the top 5 most searched for topics included leadership, mental health, CPD, diabetes and communication. The 2 most popular viewed resources were exploring the therapeutic relationship in nursing theory and practice and compassionate care around dying. Thank you. RCN Learn brings together the latest nursing and health and social care learning resources. There really is something for everyone wherever you are on your nursing journey. All of our resources on RCN Learn are quality assured and evidence-based, and it allows you to learn at a time that suits you, enabling you to gain additional skills and knowledge. The resources from the RCN and RCNI are there to support you across your career and help support your continuing professional development. Being able to access and explore the resources from your own mobile phone, from your iPad or your laptop means that you really can access learning in your own time, at your own pace, and explore content which is relevant to you. So we just encourage you to check back from time to time to see what's new. We're just going to show you a short video about RCN Learn.
RCN Learn from the Royal College of Nursing brings the latest education and development for the nursing workforce to one online space, supporting nurses, midwives, nursing students, nursing support workers, and nursing associates across health and social care. Aimed at supporting your clinical and learning needs, RCN Learn is easy to navigate and works on all modern devices and browsers. With access to evidence-based and quality-assured resources across a range of subjects and clinical topic areas, RCN Learn can help you enhance the necessary skills and knowledge to support your professional development. Searching for content could not be easier. Just type in your keywords and click on the search button to bring up your results. making the most of the search filter to ensure the selection is tailored to your needs. RCN Learn has been designed to help you develop your clinical, leadership, research, and professional skills through a range of formats, from online guides, bite-sized learning, toolkits, podcasts and videos, to face-to-face and blended courses. Save time by favoriting courses and resources so you can get back to them at your own pace. Your personal dashboard allows you to view all access levels and gives you the opportunity to change or add to your level of access. Here you can also view your favorited items for easy access to your most important content, while our summary pages offer a snapshot of the resource or course, providing key information on who it's for and what it offers, so you can see if it's right for you. Depending on your level of access, you will then be directed through to the relevant free, membership, or paid-for resources, where you can view the resource or course details in full, before being given the option of returning to RCN Learn. RCN Learn, developed in collaboration with RCNI, provides a one-stop shop for discovering the latest nursing, social, and healthcare learning resources from the RCN. Start your journey today by visiting rcnlearn.rcn.org.uk.
Thank you. So this is a reminder of the login screen for RCN Learn, which you can access from the main RCN website or directly by typing RCN Learn into a search engine. There are 3 access levels depending on whether you are an RCN member and/or a subscriber to RCNI+. A small number of resources are available to view free if you are a registered user. So just to recap on how to log on, if you are an RCN member, you would use your email address and password or your membership number and password. If you are an RCNI Plus subscriber, you would use your RCNI Plus login. And if you are an RCN member and an RCNI Plus subscriber, you will use your RCN login across both sites. If you haven't used your RCN account for a long time, you may need to reset your password. Thank you. So we're now going to have a short demo of how to access RCN Learn, and we would encourage you, if you have a separate device with you this evening, you might like to have a go at accessing RCN Live and searching for a topic of interest. As you can see, this is the welcome screen that you'll be presented with when you bring up RCN Learn. We have the Home tab, and then we have 4 tabs across the top, which we'll look at. So we have clinical resources, courses and programs, and then portfolio and the help tab, which Caroline will talk you through a little bit later. I'm just going to return to the home screen. You have a big welcome and a search bar at the top. Lower down, you'll see a pink banner, and the yellow box indicates the level of access that you have with RCN Learn. We can search either by entering a keyword here or going to the Clinical Resources tab at the top. And then we would click on Search All Clinical Resources, and it's quite simple to use. You would enter your search term in here. And then the results are brought up lower down the screen. You also have the option to filter your search by a particular topic. You can filter your search by the content that you can access. So I'm just going to select free for all logged in users, and then I'm going to select for RCN members as well. You can see that the number of resources that would be available for me has reduced down to 5 topics. You also have the option to filter by a course or a resource. Once you've chosen the topic that you'd like to explore in more detail, you'd click on the tile, and the screen changes to the overview of your topic. There's lots of information about who the resource is for and what information you'll get from that resource. It also tells you when it's been reviewed and the resource lead at the bottom. In order to view the resource, it's clicking on the yellow button and then the information is displayed on the screen for you. Diabetes is quite a popular topic, so you'll see there's lots of information on the screen about diabetes. And it might be that some of the information just prompts you to look elsewhere. You might decide that you're interested in signposting for following one of the blue links, and you may even want to go back and write a reflection about the information that you've seen. If you've come across any interesting topics that you're searching for at the moment, then do please feel free to put them in the chat or the Q&A section. Once you've finished looking at your topic, you can return to RCN Learn home screen by clicking the pink button. And then if you want to go back to the home screen, it's RCN Learn. Sometimes when you're searching for a topic, you might find that you're not getting any results. So it's a little bit of a long-winded way, but what you can do is click on the View All Courses and Resources link. There's a little pink down button and you would just search by title A to Z. We are working on the search criteria, but it's worthwhile just having a look through all the resources this way, just to see if there is some resources or some learning which you would like to be interested in looking at. So I'll just stop sharing and we can return to the presentation. So you may have also found that whilst you're looking through the topics and resources on RCN Learn, that there is some paid for content. And this is a list of the RCN programs that are paid for. These are available to individuals and also as part of an organisational cohort. These courses are designed to enhance your skills and knowledge. They also contribute significantly to your continuing professional development. So if you're taking part, you'll be knowing that you're staying up to date with best practice and also continuing to grow in confidence and competence. Educational grants are available via RCN Foundation, so don't be put off by some of the cost. Applications to the RCN Foundation are currently closed, but they do open twice a year. And I'll now hand over to Caroline.
Thank you so much, Claire. That's lovely. I'd just like to take a few minutes to introduce you to a valuable resource that's included in your RCN membership. And this is the RCNI Revalidation Portfolio in association with RCN Learn. This tool is designed to support you throughout your nursing career, helping you to stay organised, meet professional requirements and reflect on your development, all in one secure and accessible place. So let's start with a few of the basics. The RCNI portfolio is available to all RCN members as part of your membership. You do not need to pay any more to be able to use the RCN version of this product. It can be accessed on any device, whether you're using a computer, a tablet, or your mobile phone. That means that you can update your portfolio wherever you are, whether you're on shift, studying, or catching up at home. One of the key ways the portfolio supports you is through revalidation with the NMC. Gathering and organising evidence for revalidation can sometimes feel like a big job, and the RCNI portfolio helps to make this feel much easier. You can store practice-related feedback, upload certificates and documents, and log all your CPD activities as you go. It's a simple and structured way to keep everything in one place so that you don't need to go digging through emails or folders to find everything that you need for revalidation. Importantly, the structure of the RCNI portfolio has been designed to align exactly with the NMC's revalidation requirements. And that means that each section of the portfolio corresponds directly to the criteria that you need to meet for recording your CPD and reflective accounts, to documenting feedback and confirming your practice hours. This alignment ensures that when it's time to revalidate, you're confident that everything meets the necessary structure. Another great feature is the ability to download your portfolio as a PDF. This is especially useful for sending to the NMC, but also for appraisals, interviews, and when you just want to share your development progress with a manager or mentor. It gives you a really professional, easy to read PDF document of your progress and achievements. The RCNI portfolio is really designed to support you, not just as a nurse, but as a lifelong learner. Accessing your portfolio is really simple. You can log on using your RCN or RCNI login details, and the system will automatically recognise whether you are a registered nurse. And that means that you'll be shown the correct version of the portfolio, as we also offer a version tailored for non-NMC registrants. So everybody will get the right experience. So now let's take a closer look at what it looks like when you log on to your RCNI portfolio. If I could just take control of the screen, please. Hopefully you can see that now. And I can very easily access the RCNI portfolio from the link in the navigation on RCN Learn. And I click here on RCNI portfolio. It will take me across and I'm going to land on the main RCNI portfolio dashboard. And here it is. As you can see, I've logged in with a test account this evening. This is your central workspace for managing everything related to your NMC revalidation. It's designed to be clear and easy to use, giving you direct access to all the sections that you need to complete. At the top, you'll see a progress bar that shows how far along you are in the revalidation journey. In this example, it's at just 2%, and you can instantly see what has been completed and what is still needing attention. This visual tracker helps you to stay on top of things, especially as your revalidation date approaches. And then speaking of dates, up here is your NMC registration date. And this is important because the system automatically creates you a new revalidation portfolio every 3 years based on that date. And if you ever want to go back to look at previous portfolios, you can access them easily just above the progress bar on the right-hand side of the dashboard here. Each of the sections of the dashboard corresponds directly to the NMC's revalidation requirements. So you'll see areas here for recording your CPD, both individual and participatory, logging your practice hours, writing reflective accounts, and documenting feedback. There's also sections for your health and character, professional indemnity, and so on. And you can add certificates and supporting documents too. When you're ready, you can download the entire portfolio as a PDF. This dashboard is really designed to bring everything you need for revalidation in one place. Now let's take a closer look at the individual CPD. So I'm going to click on the View button here. That's going to take me in to the individual CPD area here. This section of the RCNI portfolio helps you track and manage your individual CPD hours, which, as you know, are a vital part of maintaining your professional registration. As you can see on the screen, there's a clear progress bar showing how many hours you've completed out of the 15 required. This makes it really easy to see where you stand and what still needs to be done. And just below that, you'll see the progress bar for your total CPD hours, which includes both your individual and your participatory learning. Using the Add button at the bottom of the screen, you can log each activity here, along with any supporting notes or documents, so everything is stored in that one place. Now let's just take a closer look at actually how you record individual CPD activities within the portfolio. So I've clicked on that Add button I was just showing you at the bottom of the page, and you can see that it's loaded a form that's designed to help you take you through the process step by step and make sure you've captured all the information that you need for the NMC revalidation. You'll start up here by entering a title for your activity and then the dates on which it took place. Next, you'll select the method of learning, and this helps just categorize the CPD and ensure it's being recorded appropriately. Then, using this drop down here, you can select the type of activity from the list. If your activity doesn't fit into one of the listed categories, there's also the option to describe it under Other. One of the most important parts of this form is the topic section. And here you're asked to outline what the activity was about, how it relates to your scope of practice, what you learned, and how you've applied that learning in your role. You'll need to link your learning to the NMC code by selecting which principles your activity supports. And to further support your entry, you can select the relevant NMC standards based on your professional role, whether that's nurse, midwife, or nursing associate. You'll then enter the number of hours and minutes spent on the activity. And finally, you have the ability to upload evidence such as certificates, notes, or reflections. This isn't mandatory, but it's a handy place to keep everything all together that relates to one piece of learning. Once you've filled everything in, you can click on Save and your CPD activity will be added to your dashboard. For example, like this one has been done here. I'm going to use this link here to head back to the main dashboard. Now I've completed some of my individual CPD learning. And we'll take a quick look into participatory CPD. Just while that one loads up, what you'll see here is it's taking a very consistent and the same approach as we've seen with the individual CPD. You've got your 2 progress bars, your list of entries for those that you have previously added, which you can obviously amend or delete if necessary. And you can choose to add some more participatory learning using the Add button at the bottom of the screen there. Head back to the dashboard now using the link at the top. And we'll go and take a look at one of the other sections, the written reflective accounts. So we'll just pop into this one. As you can see, at the moment, there hasn't been anything added into this particular section, and the progress bar reflects that. What you'll see is that where relevant, there are links to the NMC forms. And you can see here that it's mandatory to use the NMC form to write your reflective account. back to the dashboard, again, using the back to dashboard link. When you get to the stage where you've completed your portfolio, or maybe you just want to share a draft with somebody, you can use the download portfolio feature to download a PDF version of it. So you simply click here on the download button and it goes away in the background and it creates the PDF file for you. You can see that's being generated for me now. It pulls together all of the evidence that you've entered into your portfolio and formats it in a really clear and professional summary that aligns with the NMC's revalidation requirements. The first page obviously includes your name. In this instance, it's just test. It includes your PIN and the dates of your current revalidation cycle are up here. The second page, this summary page, gives an overview of each section, and all the different statuses, so you can quickly see what's complete and what still needs attention. On subsequent pages, what you'll see are the details of all the entries that you have put into your portfolio. Here's an example here of participatory CPD. Another individual one. And on subsequent pages, you can see the details of all the entries. And for example, if you've uploaded a certificate, this is how it would be shown as part of your portfolio. The downloadable format is especially useful if you need to share your evidence with a confirmer. And it's also a great way of you being able to keep a record, a personal record of your own professional development over time. Here you'll see access to a guide, and down at the bottom are a series of FAQs. So they're both on hand if you should need a little bit more support at any point in time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and hand back to Claire. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Caroline. That was really useful. So I hope those of you that are here this evening will have a look at the RCNI portfolio at your leisure and maybe start to use it to collate all your revalidation. Just a reminder that the library is also there to support your continuing learning and development. There are thousands of ebooks and e-journals. The RCN library and the museum does try to follow a digital first strategy, and it will provide resources in online formats wherever possible. Staff are also on hand and can help provide help and training. There is also a postal service if you would like to borrow a physical book. You can borrow up to 8 items for 4 weeks at a time. Another avenue of support would be from the forums. Thank you, John. And the professional forums are there to support you with your learning as well. Some of the forums are Diabetes Forum, we have a Digital Nursing Forum, there's also an Older People's Forum, as well as Trauma and Orthopaedic Nursing Forum. So an opportunity, if you have a particular interest in a particular area of nursing, go along and join a forum. Joining and being active in a forum enables you to be part of the discussions that promote and advise on best practice. You can get involved and help with developing and influencing policy in that particular area, as well as improving patient care. As an RCN member, being active in your local branch as well enables your voice to be heard and gives you the opportunity to network with other members and activists as well. Back to you, Caroline.
We're always keen to hear from you. So whether you have questions about our learning resources or just feedback about RCN Learn or the portfolio that you'd like to share with us, there are lots of ways in which you can get in touch with us at the RCN. You can email us directly at RCN Learn, and our email address there is on the screen, and we'll make sure that that's popped into the chat so that you can all use that. Or if you prefer instant support, our virtual assistant is available on the main RCN website and can guide you to the information that you need. You can also use our online contact form. You can see a screenshot of that there. Or if you'd rather speak to somebody, feel free to call our advice team. Again, we'll be able to pop those details in the chat. So whatever your preferred method, you can easily get in touch with us, and just reiterate that we're really keen to hear from you, your suggestions and your feedback on how we can improve.
Thank you, Claire and Caroline, for that presentation. And just to share, we've had a few things in the chat, so I'll just kind of touch on them at the moment, and then we'll answer the question that's been put into the Q&A. So yeah, we just had a question about if the event is being recorded. So it's just to reiterate that yes, this event is being recorded, and the recording will be made available on our web pages after the event. You'll receive an email once it's live, although just to note, it might take a couple of weeks for that, just obviously timings, and obviously we need to make sure our subtitles, etc., that go with it as part of the package are correct. So just to be aware of that. Also, we've had a comment. I'm finding it here. Emma Jane says that this will be an incredibly helpful. It offers a calm and organised way to reflect, track progress, and stay on top of how we log the requirements without pressure. A really valuable tool for busy professionals. Thank you. So just wanted to share that with you. We have also had a question in the Q&A that we might or might not have the answer to tonight, but certainly thank you to Murdo for asking the question. He's just come on a bit at the moment. I'm just reading it. Sorry, yeah. So I'll ask the question, and it's obviously it's maybe almost even just to highlight the issue rather than maybe being able to answer it. But Murdo has asked, can I ask if there are plans to bring the RCN Learn and the RCN I websites together onto one platform? And obviously he's just asked that because obviously he's got that concern around the potential confusion for our members that two websites for learning and development might cause, and then just to obviously it might just simplify things for them. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think we're working very closely with the RCNI team to make sure that we have as much sort of consistency in the user experience and the terminology that's used across both of those platforms. As you may well have noticed, Murdo, you can actually access quite a few of the RCNI resources through the RCN Learn website itself. So it sort of acts as a bit of a front door to be able to get hold of some of those things.
Yeah, and I think maybe it might end up being a bit of a work in progress, won't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, for now you can go on to RCN Learn and actually access quite a number of those resources through for RCN I. So that's perfect. Great, thank you very much, Caroline. We have just had another question in, I think from Nana, and actually it's actually not specifically about RCN Learn, so it's just around, please can there be training on reflective writing? Now, if I am correct in thinking, that is an offer that our library staff provide. So actually what I would suggest and propose is that contacting our library and information specialists or visiting their website, which I've posted in the chat already a link to. I can post that actually using that and going to them directly, they then will be able to guide you and direct you for that, because I think there is some training around that available. So yeah, make use of our colleagues there.
Thank you, Caroline.
In terms of any other questions, let me just see if there's any other in there. So there's not any other questions at the moment. Let me just see if there's any chat. That might just give a few people a chance to, excuse me, come on. Yeah, and Linda has just posted a comment, actually just saying many thanks for a really useful session. And I think it's such a useful tool, especially the portfolio. I have to say I've started making use of that myself.
Lovely, thank you. That's really nice, Linda. Thank you.
Yeah. So no, we don't have any other questions at the moment. I think we've addressed those that we have. But if anyone else does have any questions, please feel free. The Q&A tab is available there. Oh, we have now a question. Let me see. Okay, you mentioned organisational cohort opportunities for RCNI Plus. Is information about this available on the site? Thanks. And that's from Anne.
So on the RCN Learn tab, that's the programs, courses and programs, I believe, isn't it, which has got the information around the programs and cohort and courses that are available. Caroline, is there anything else you can add in terms of that? My knowledge is a bit limited at the moment.
Yeah, that would definitely be the best place to go and find that information. I can pop another link into the chat as well, also for one on the main website, and that will give you a bit more of an overview on the range of opportunities available for organisations.
Great, thank you, Claire. And
get that
Caroline.
up now.
Yep. So hopefully that question, hopefully that answer was helpful to you there, Anne. And if you look in the chat now, I can see that that's now available. So a useful link to you there, hopefully. Norma's just posted. I'm not quite sure I understand the comment or the question, Norma. Feel free to come back in if you'd like to ask it again. And yeah, we have the educational programs link available. Gloria's just thanking you. Thank you very much. Yep. No other questions or comments at the moment.
Fantastic. Well, we've popped the email address there, so please feel free to reach out if things pop into your head after the sessions, because sometimes they definitely do that. So yeah, at any point in time, we'd really value having your feedback. So thank you.
Lovely. We'd also really appreciate if you can just take a few moments just to complete the feedback. We're always keen to get your feedback and learn where we can improve things going forward. So that link to the survey is in the chat. And we'd also just like to thank you very much for joining us this evening. We hope you found the session useful, and it's been great to interact and be able to have the opportunity to answer some of your questions this evening. So we just encourage you to go have a look at RCN Learn and have a look and consider using the portfolio.